iPhone 6s Plus versus iPhone 11 speed test. Let's begin with a boot up in 3, 2, 1. Now, keep in mind that the iPhone 6s Plus is from way back in 2015, so it's headed into its 5th year. 5 years will be this September. We're talking about an A9 CPU over here, coupled with 2 gigabytes of RAM. Now, over here, we have the Apple A13 Bionic chip with 4 gigabytes of RAM. So, whoa, wait a minute. What is going on here, Apple? Why is the iPhone 6s Plus booting up way faster than iPhone 11? That was strange. They're both on the latest versions, and this is a much older device. So as of the recording of this video, both the iPhone 6s Plus and the iPhone 11 are featuring iOS 13.3.1. Now, 13.4 should be out soon, but for now, we're on 13.3.1. And so let's go ahead and see how fast Touch ID is now for the iPhone 6s Plus here in 2020. And man, is it still a fast operating, way of unlocking your device. Beautiful stuff there. However, Face ID can seemingly be more convenient to some people. Some people prefer Touch ID. It's really a personal preference thing. But let's see how the Face ID does perform by comparison to the iPhone 6s Plus. And you can see very snappy. I really find these systems to be very similar in terms of the unlocking speed. So you're not going to see much of a difference, but the way you use it is very different. For example, if you got, crusty fingers from eating your French fries, you may be able to unlock Face ID, whereas you might have to wipe your thumbs and get a napkin before you can go ahead and actually get Touch ID to register. So there are some differences between the two. Okay, so I lined up the same applications on both of them. You could see everything closed out for iPhone 11. Let's get everything closed here for iPhone 6s Plus, and let's begin with Calendar. And you can see the 11 just a bit snappier now. It's actually snappier to go through the applications coming back home because this gesture is a little bit quicker than that Touch ID. But you see, clock was pretty similar. What about calculator? Again, I'm seeing a little bit of a faster, animation. It looks a little faster on the iPhone 11. Let's go into weather. You can see just barely faster there for 11. Let's go into Instagram. And you can see Instagram beats the 6s Plus by a considerable margin there. Let's go into the Twitter application, 3, 2, 1, and see which one gets here first. And it looked pretty similar, but I'm gonna have to give it to the iPhone 11 there. Both scroll very good. However, I do notice that the 6s Plus can sometimes get a little bit choppy when scrolling. Let's go into Snapchat, and you can see that Snapchat was ahead there for iPhone 11. And let's go into YouTube. And YouTube opens up first there on the right. Let's go into trending, pretty similar. Watching YouTube videos should be pretty easy to do on both of these in terms of a performance difference, not big of a difference. However, it's a big difference in the viewing experience as you have 16:9 display here versus more of an 18:9 style here for the iPhone 11. So you might get black bars, have to pinch in on the iPhone 11 where you don't have to do that for iPhone 6s Plus. Let's go into Pandora. And you can see Pandora is ready to listen first there on the right. So I'm seeing a lot of wins here for iPhone 11, as we would expect. But are these wins enough to warrant an upgrade in just performance? I think maybe, because a lot of them are pretty much winning here for iPhone 11. Whereas with the iPhone 7 Plus comparison, you've seen Geekbench was first here on the right. It was a lot closer than this. Let's go into PUBG Mobile here. And you can see that PUBG Mobile is ahead here. So if you're considering, I've been saving up for the iPhone 11, I got the 6s Plus, bro. It's my time to shine and go to the iPhone 11. I think you're going to be a very happy upgrader. Okay, so you can see that iPhone 11 is ready to get in this match. And here comes the 6s Plus. Now, you're going to lose. If you're playing somebody with the iPhone 11, better performance, you're going to lag up in comparison to them, and they're just going to beat you in these games. So that's kind of how I feel about the performance. If you're in gaming, you definitely want to upgrade. You can see right here, this game doesn't require as much power, but I like to throw it in there because it's a little bit lighter. Let's hit play. And you can see loading up at a very comparable times, but the iPhone 11 again. Now, one thing that is impressive still about the iPhone 6s Plus is that it's still a very smooth phone. Yes, sometimes you can encounter a little bit of chop, but overall it's pretty smooth still, even though it's 5 years old. Let's go into Mortal Kombat and see which we can load this up. Now, I tested this before the video, and this is where you really see the performance gains on the iPhone 11. You can see it's just far ahead there of the iPhone 6s Plus. We're already going to get into the graphics, whereas we're not even close. You can see right there, already loading up here, and the 6s Plus just lagging behind. So a definite winner here for iPhone 11 in this first round. Now, both of these will reload applications pretty much on a daily if you are opening a lot of them, but let's go through them and see how they do perform. And you can see that the iPhone 11 looking a little bit faster here once again. Let's go into Geekbench, see if we get any reloads here or pauses. You know how iOS rolls. And you can see pretty good stuff here on both so far. I will say that it's nice that you do have the latest software here for the iPhone 6s Plus. There's that reload right there for 6s Plus. That 2 gigs of RAM just cannot compete with that 4 gigs on the iPhone 11. So you will get more paused applications for iPhone and reloads for iPhone 6s Plus. So yeah, a nice little bump here in just reloading and RAM management for your iPhone 11. So nice upgrade in both the speed of opening apps and, reopening those applications. And so now let's head into the iMovie. Now I do have a 1 minute and 30-second clip here. This is in 4K 30. We're going to go ahead and, render this thing out. So let's hit save video, and we're going to render it out in 4K and see which one could do this first. 3, 2, 1. Now iMovie is pretty optimized. So even older iPhones, after subsequential updates, many updates, the iPhone 6s Plus can still have a very good performance in Apple-based applications because they have been developing it and updating it for a long time to support these older hardware. However, you can see when you start to get a longer video here, you just cannot compete with the A13 Bionic when it comes to performance. Look how much further ahead this is. Now, again, this is only a 1 minute and 34K clip. Now, if we were to run this clip at like 6 minutes, 8 minute, maybe a 10-minute video you're doing on your iPhone, the performance difference will be substantial for the iPhone 11. That's why I always say if you're into video editing, gaming, you want the newer iPhone. But if you're just doing daily tasks, does it really matter? Probably not. So you can see right here, iPhone 11 is about to be finished, and I will speed it up once the iPhone 11 is finished, and we'll wait on the iPhone 6s Plus in just a minute here. So you can see right there, exported and finished on 11. I'll be back in a second. And now we're about to finish up here on the 6s Plus, and wow, I felt like I could have went, use the bathroom, come back to this video and go get some coffee before this thing finished. So yes, substantial difference here in the rendering, and that should definitely show you how powerful the CPU is on the iPhone 11. So we have the iPhone 11 Pro back there. We're gonna go ahead and see how fast both of these can open their cameras. So 3, 2, 1. And you could see pretty close. Let's do that again. 3, 2, 1. Pretty close there. I think the 6s Plus may be a little faster. Let's check that out. Let's do that again. I don't want to give unfair credit to the iPhone 11. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's pretty darn close there. So not bad for an older device. Now in good lighting, the iPhone 6s Plus actually still takes really good photos. Let's go ahead and burst now. You can see pretty quick, although you can burst a little faster for iPhone 11. You could also hold this down for video. So in terms of missing a moment, I don't think you're going to miss a moment on either of these phones, but the iPhone 11 definitely gives you the option to do video. It gives you a little bit more pro videos, and it gives you, of course, that wide angle. So when considering upgrade, consider you get that right there and a substantially improved result from those photos. All right, guys, so let's cap this thing off with a Geekbench run here, and you could see we do have 6s Plus up there, iPhone 11. You know what I noticed? This is clocked at 2.66 gigahertz. This is clocked at 1.85, so a higher clock speed in the CPU also gives it a boost in performance, which is why you're seeing better CPU performance on the iPhone 11 as well. Let's go ahead and see that CPU, and let's hit run benchmark. I will be back when both of these are done with the final result. And the final Geekbench scores are in, and man, this is ridiculously higher performance for the iPhone 11. Not only did we see it pretty much faster in the video, we see it here in the Geekbench test as well. However, you noticed from this video that basic everyday stuff is not going to be a big difference, but gestures making it smoother, faster performance in gaming, faster CPU clock speed, faster camera, better camera. This is an all-around upgrade besides the fact that you're going from a 1080p resolution to a like 828p, but at the same time, Apple has put a great Retina display in here, so even though it's not as high as this, you still might love this upgrade. So if considering going to the 11 from your 6s Plus this year, you might be pretty happy with this update. So what are your guys' thoughts? Are you holding on to your 6s Plus until the iPhone 12 with the OLED potentially later this year? Or are you gonna just get an 11 middle of this year, or you're already planning on doing that now, trading in your 6s Plus? Let us know down below in the comment section of this video. video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I got Galaxy S20 and S20 Ultra content coming your way, as well as more iPhone content coming your way. So be sure to be subscribed for that. I will catch you all in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to be well. Nick here, and peace.